So let me find my mic. Welcome, Leo, to your June reading. This is Ava of Virtual Tarot, and I'm very pleased that you could make it. I am so thrilled and excited that we're going to do your reading this month. I have several Leo friends, and I like them very, very much. They're very amusing. And I will do a segment on the personality traits of the soul family called Leo at the end of this reading, Leo. So please stay tuned for that. So what do we do here? I forecast for you, Leo, for the upcoming month of June. And I do this every month, and I've been doing it with Trudy for about 3 years. We were doing it together for a little while, for most of the time. And now we're doing it separately. I do the feature readings, and she does the mid-month readings. So stay tuned for that soon. And so, how oh, by the way, if you're if you're new, I am an oracle, an divination professional, and I am also a master yoga teacher, and for almost 45 years, and I am a spiritual counselor of about 30 years. I'm a tarot card reader and lecturer of about 30 years as well. I'm very, very old, but I'm healthy because I teach yoga and because I eat a plant-based vegan diet, which I also have a channel that tells you all about how to eat like that, and you can go to my website there. It's called thealkalinekitchen.wordpress.com, just in case you're interested in that as well. But what we do here, finally, as soon as I get a website, you won't have to hear all about this. I'll just lead you there. But in the interim, you'll have to endure a little bit. So, what we do, finally, is a 4-card spread. I designed this spread in order for us to get a very focused and like a laser beam view into the future, into the most important elements of that future. Because the first card will represent the overall energy of the month of June. The second is your challenge. The third is the unexpected, the surprise. And the fourth is the outcome. So, what I do then is I shuffle the cards, excuse me, while I get very comfortable for the reading. And here we go. So we shuffle. I put the cards down and I create 3 piles. And then I take the 3 piles and I assemble them, and we're ready for our reading, Leo. So, in the position of the environment for the month of June, we have, it hardly needed a drum roll because it is the work card. This is the 8 of Pentacles upright, Leo. Yes, it's the work card. It's going to be a work month. A month in which you are producing very high quality work, where you're meeting your deadlines, where you're completing your tasks, multitasking in fact, You're just getting on with the work, with what needs to be done. This is pure, raw ambition. This is working on also your reputation, improving your reputation, being highly meticulous, dedicated, applying the skills that you've honed, that you've developed, the skills you have, applying them, applying your expertise at something, your special talent at something, building your business, making tangible progress in your work, and going above and beyond the call of duty, and even adding to the store of your knowledge, training, but not like you train in the 3 of Pentacles, training, adding to the store of knowledge and skill level that you already have developed, improving in that. So if there's any training involved, it's to train you to be better. There are many professions in which there's constant training needed. Many. The medical profession is that way, where you are, and also the computer profession, where you always have to keep up with the latest and greatest developments. And that might be what you're going to have to occupy yourself with in June. Leo. So let's see what your challenge is. Look at that. So this makes sense, doesn't it? With a work month. Your challenge is the 3 of Wands, upright. Well, this is a card definitely of action. Going forward. Of taking action. Expanding out your horizons. So your challenge is to do that. To take action on something. To expand out your horizons. Perhaps even to take a trip. Or, this is the card of emigration. Making a move. Having to move. But trying out your wings, your new wings, seeing how far they can take you. You're challenged to put your plans into action. And to take your place in the world. To find your place in the world. And not to fear the unknown or the new. To be adventurous. To be brave. To quell your fears. Again, this is a card of maybe taking your product out into the world, marketing it out into the world. Or just taking a beautiful little trip. It is summer, after all. So that might be your challenge. Let's see what the unexpected holds for you. Well, interesting. So, isn't this interesting? Look at this woman, bound and gagged and blindfolded, surrounded by swords, hemming her in. She's in a sort of a swamp. It's muddy, and her feet are in the mud. She can't move. So isn't that interesting, unexpectedly? So you've got your challenge where you want to go out, expand into the world, take that trip, move your product out, expand your business, expand your world. And then we have, unexpectedly, the complete opposite of that, where you are bound. This is it's a restriction, either psychological or physical, that confines you. Something that you feel powerless against. You feel powerless to control it or to alter it unexpectedly. So it's a sort of a paralysis that comes in. Some drama, perhaps, that keeps you hemmed in. Some drama or crisis or something that needs your intellectual analysis. Something is blocking you into a corner, it feels like, hemming you in. Be careful. Sometimes the card indicates a double cross of some sort, a conflict. You know what a double cross is, where a person tells you one thing and does another? It can be that. Forewarned is forearmed. Be aware. But something's blocking you. Or maybe you're being victimized, or you feel victimized, is what I'm saying. There's some sort of inner turmoil caused from this. Maybe blame is being placed on you, or you're being censored, blocked, fenced in. And sometimes it's self-sabotage, where your negative self-talk is coming in. You know, we all have this phenomenon where we say to ourselves, oh, well, I can't. I'm not good enough. That's beyond me. It won't work. Why try? That's self-sabotage. So unexpectedly, this phenomenon, whether interior or exterior, comes in. These cards aren't necessarily relevant to the times of the month as, say, astrological aspects may be. So they can occur at any time. Sometimes they do occur exactly when the card falls. So this would be just after the middle of the month, if it happens to be timed according to where it's falling. I can't be certain about that. But beware of all those aspects. It's just a good idea also, as the month comes round, for you to re-listen to this reading. And of course, listen to your rising sign and moon sign as well. It will help you to remind yourself of these prognostications. And then at the end, Leo, we have the Hierophant, the High Priest, a major arcana card. So at the end, something important happens. It's dealing with institutions, you see, organizations, traditional establishments, like a church, school, government, having to deal with it, maybe register, maybe find a school, maybe deal with some sort of governmental issue, and finding a way to assimilate into a system is also what it means. It's also about becoming a role model. Like the high priest is a role model for the community, a model of integrity. I'm going to let that ring. I forgot to turn my phone off, so forgive me for that. But I'm not going to answer that. It's better than having my kitty cat come into the scene, which is what happened in the other readings. So, the Hierophant. It's also about initiation, the rite of passage, as when one enters college or when one enters the workforce or a secret society. Freemasons, such as that, you know. The adherence and assimilation of the rules and regulations of a system. That might be something. Maybe you have to fit into a corporate structure somehow. But taking your place in that hierarchy, whether it's a corporate hierarchy, scholastic hierarchy, whatever kind of rung you ascend, or you find your place in that hierarchy. So, there's a need to expand out and to grow. That's your challenge within the context of two rather limiting cards. You see, the Eight of Swords might be self-limiting, or it might be having to deal with some drama or crisis that limits you then. And then the institutional structure also limits you. And it could be, I might mention this, although the Hierophant I've described is very structured, it also refers to marriage. And I'm sure there are many people getting married in June. So you might be attending a wedding or having to deal with the organization of a wedding. And maybe that's the crisis you're feeling, because a lot of weddings feel as if you're bound and gagged by the demands of it intellectually. So let's just hope it's something as innocuous as a wedding. Innocuous and happy and joyful as a wedding. I don't want to knock weddings or marriage. It can be a wonderful institution if the right people enter it. Now, that's it. We're done with the reading. And Leo, if you'd like to leave, you're more than welcome to leave. I would like to ask you if you would, I'm asking for your support here because I love doing these readings very much, these free readings for you, but they're supported by, and in my case, by only one means presently, and that is the council cards. And what that is a platform, a streaming video platform, but we stream audio there. And what I do is I reinterpret these 4 cards in a manner that allows us to go very deeply into the meanings of the cards so that we have more of a psychological interpretation of them. I add also a 5th card, a council card, and that card allows us to communicate with our guiding angel. There are many, but there's an angel that protects and watches over every sign, as there is for every individual, every family, every country, every planet, every sun. So, yes, it's a very populated world in the spirit world. There's more going on there than going on here. So, for the price of an alkaline water, you can go to the link below and please subscribe to that. And I would appreciate it very much for your support. Trudy has private and personal readings, and there's a link below for that as well if you are in need of a private and personal reading. She does those exclusively. So now we've come to the point where we talk about you, Leo. And I'd like to start by addressing what is your symbol. And what else is that but the lion and the lioness? Well, maybe the lion, because the lioness is sometimes subservient to the lion, is she not? Even in the world of lions, there is that problem. Your expression that denotes the soul force is I will. It's about the development of will. This is the sign in which the will is developed. When one develops one's will, this is the means by which you individuate, where you become an individual. So you develop your individuality at Leo. You take your throne as the king of the jungle, the king of the earth. And you take dominion, because that's what a lion does. He has dominion over his territory, over his pride. So there's a deep need for love and dominion, power, as again expressed through the development of the will. So there's a need to dominate in his own world by the sheer force of his personality. Therefore, in Leo, more than any other sign, he wants to leave his mark on the world, he or she. To leave your mark on the world. And you do that through self-expression, the expression of your will to control and rule. This is what gives a Leo his or her regal manner and demeanor. They're very emotional, resilient, dramatic, courageous, like a lion, but cheerful. Yeah, they're cheerful. Why? Because they rule. And their ego is being fed. So they're cheerful, happy, enthusiastic, and creative. I'll just start like that. And every month, Leo, will add to the composite, the puzzle that puts together who you are. And every one of us is dynamic, complex, and interesting. And so I'll leave it at that and wish you all a wonderful June. Don't work too hard, please. And enjoy the end of the month, however that Hierophant plays out for you. And all my love, thank you. I'll see you in July.